just another day. Only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same escape. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Guys, it is Old Man G here back again for Red Devil Studio, hopefully with some other guys to talk about what has been a crazy 24 hours, but it is official, confirmed by the club, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United have signed Cristiano Ronaldo, deal done, 2-year deal with, I think, for £50 million fee. I think the wages are to be disclosed, but guys, I'm gassed. Shout out to everyone in the comments bar, to Yash, Paddy, and Mo. As always, something actually came home finally. I agree. I absolutely agree. Shout out to those who are watching on Twitter, who watch on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitch as well. Please get involved as well. But guys, man, I'm gassed. I am so gassed. And for those who were watching me on another stream, a certain stream, I have a lot of receipts. There are a lot of receipts for a lot of City fans who dared think that Manchester City were a bigger club than Manchester United. Dared, can I say, dared and said that Ronaldo was going to betray Manchester United and go to their non-UCL winning side. But I am gassed, guys. I'm really gassed. I'm sorry I didn't post a reaction video to this late, but I really want us to be an open stream. And like I said, if you want to get involved, for those who are watching, remember to like the vid, share and subscribe to the studio. If you want to get on, I have pinned the link into the group chat. So click the stream link, enter in, and we'll have the conversation. Like I said, there should be some people coming in as well. Krishna shout to says, need to sign Neves ASAP. I agree with that. I agree. For me, I still say that the DM's role is the last key of the puzzle. If you say that we're going to get a Neves or an Ndidi, we're not going to get Ndidi, but if we've got something like that, then I'd say, right, we can actually challenge to win the title now. We can challenge for a CL. Without a DM, I'm still concerned. You're still going to have to play 2 holding. If we're going to do that, it's probably going to be a Matic or Van der Beek, in my opinion. Shane says, yo, hype. Yes, bro, I've been hyped all day. I've literally been hyped all day with this transfer news. Absolutely hyped for this. And I mean, it just goes to show, because so many people were like to me yesterday, it's still done. City, it's still done. And I was like, man, but Fabrizio, no one's really confirmed and actually said it. It's just like a lot of these people saying deal done is going to go. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, when it's all broken down, the reality is that that City were never really in for him. Well, they were, but not really at the same time. They just didn't have the. They just didn't want to pay it. It's as simple as that, really. Lost Michael says, welcome home to Cristiano Ronaldo for life. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to Cristiano Ronaldo. Welcome back. What can I say? The GOAT has returned. The GOAT, because he is the GOAT. Let's be real. He is the GOAT. And he's come back to spend his twilight years at Manchester United. And what can you say to that? All I can say is let that continue, man. I predict United to win Champions League last season, but now I know they will win. I'm not going to go that far and say that United are going to win the Champions League. I won't go that far, but the mentality by that, and that's why I'm saying that if we can just get that DM, I just think we can do something. I genuinely think we can do something. Certainly, at least we should be challenging for the league. And certainly, when you look at the group that United got drawn at CL, there's no reason, especially with Ronaldo in that squad, why we don't top that group and go forward. You know what I mean? Nan Ackerman says, "What's up, my guy? It is a huge transfer. It is a huge transfer. It is a massive transfer. And when you look at it, if we signed the Neves, I'd say this would be in the perfect transfer window, because when you compare it to a club, we signed Ronaldo, we signed obviously Varane and Sancho. And let's be real, as a United fan, I never thought Varane and Ronaldo were even going to be in the conversation. I thought Sancho, a centre back of some sort, and then maybe a DM. I never thought we would even be considering Varane, let alone Ronaldo. I just never thought that would happen at all. It just wasn't a thing. It really wasn't. Red Devil Hangout says, "Call me sad. I had tears in my eyes, bro." I mean, I was just hyped. I was just so hyped that we signed this guy. I really was hyped because like it's like Ollie said, his press conference. It was like, listen, we didn't only knew that he was going to leave in 24 hours. We only knew he was going to leave in 24 hours. Like, this has just been so sudden, and to have this despair that he might go to Manchester City, only for them to. I personally think, and here's my theory, guys. I personally think that Mendes, Ronaldo's agent, used Manchester City to bait Manchester United into signing him, because I don't think if PSG or Real Madrid had offered to re-sign Ronaldo, I don't necessarily think that he would have come back. Okay, I'm joined by my first guest. I'll get to your comments, guys. Abdul, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm fine, Chief. I'm fine. I'm more than fine, obviously. Ronaldo back into Manchester United. Obviously, what are your thoughts on this? Like, good, bad? Like, what's your general feeling, man?
I mean, obviously, it's mostly going to be positive because it's one of the best players around, you know. For me personally, Ronaldo, I think he's going to suit you very well because Cavani isn't fit all year round. And you need that number 9 poacher, someone who can bag goals no matter what. And that's what you guys were lacking, like, also against Southampton. It's not like he didn't create any chances.
Yeah.
He just didn't put those chances away.
Yeah.
And that's what he's going to be doing. Like, all he needs is someone to create for him. And you have plenty of options. You have Pogba, you have Sancho, you have Bruno, all to create for him. And that's something that he was lacking at Juventus. Like, he didn't have a midfield to supply him with like multiple chances every game.
Yeah.
And that's why he struggled. Like, it's rare you see Ronaldo missing big chances. It is.
Yeah. No.
And I think he's going to bring a different dimension to the way you play.
Okay.
And you got to remember as well, he's an amazing leader. I don't know if he's going to take the captain's armband from Maguire. That's going to be interesting to see.
It's.
I don't think he will.
It's a difficult one, bro, because you don't. I mean, to be honest, you're saying that. I'm talking about. I'm even thinking about the number 7, because currently Cavani has the number 7.
I think Cavani will give it to him.
Cavani has to give him the number 7. That for me is it's just a must. And just even purely from a branding point of view, like, he has to. He's CR7. He's not CR19. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? So Cavani will have no choice to give it to him. But
I don't think that's gonna be the big issue. I think the issue is gonna be, like, you have so many forwards now, and the transfer window is ending. Like, it's tough. I know Ollie is a good manager, but it's gonna be tough to keep them all happy because what's happening to Cavani now? Like, because Ronaldo isn't a player you don't bench Ronaldo. Like, every time he's benched.
No, he's not going to be benched.
Yeah, Romano tweets every time he's benched. That's how rare he gets benched. You know.
Yeah. So
what's gonna be happening to Cavani? Rashford is already back in training. You know. So that's. I mean, it's a good headache to have. You know, it's a good headache to have.
Just looking at some of those comments, so I'm just going to read from them as we discuss this. So, and like I said, the stream link is there, guys. If you guys want to come and have your say, Christian says if we fail this window, we should all go for the winter window, I guess, for DM if you're thinking about it. And SMB says it's been the craziest transfer window ever. Lee K, now winning the Premier League should be a real possibility. Yeah, I mean, I certainly challenge winning, and I still think we're missing that DM. I think, but no, definitely challenging should be there. I don't think we will see something like this for a long time. I agree. We will not sign anyone else. I wouldn't be so sure if we offload. This window has been. What I would say about this transfer window, I'm sure Abdul, you agree, is that I don't think you can say never right now. There's so many things that are popping off that have been happening that to say this cannot happen is
never again.
You can't say that.
You can't say that.
Yesterday, I was on the High Out Hedge of all this, and people were saying, "Yep, it's confirmed. Ronaldo's going to City. It's done deal. They're going to announce Mbappe tomorrow. That's it. Bada boom." And literally less than 24 hours, Ronaldo is basically signing for United again. So
I mean, Red Devil Hangout. He does have a point that it's unlikely you will sign someone else when you've just given 500,000, like close to 500,000 pounds a week on wages to a player. You know what I mean?
No, of course. Well, the thing is, because I remember when it was has anyone seen Meadow smile this much? I'm just gassed, man. I mean, the thing is, why I've always said this to Citibank. I've always said this when it comes to signing players. I've always said that wages for United will never be an issue. So when people bring up Mbappe, Haaland, all these different players, I always say United will have no issue paying high wages. That's never going to be an issue for United. So it will always be a situation of, does that player generally want to come to Manchester United and play? If the player wants to generally come, wages are never an issue. So when it came to City United, I always think if that was going to be between City United, United always have the advantage because one, he's United born and bred, this so on and so forth. But also we could pay his wages.
It's surprising to me that because when you look at the revenues of every club, United they are around the 4th or 5th highest revenue club in the world. So it's surprising to me that a club like United, you never face any issues with any wage caps. You know what I mean? Yeah, we have teams like Barcelona and Madrid, who yes they have high wage bills, but so do you. But they earn more money. But because of the La Liga restrictions, they're in a whole different problems. Like you guys are so fortunate that the Premier League, they're more loose with their wage caps, because otherwise that would be an issue. Like you wouldn't just be able to out of the blue give someone $500,000 in wages a week without doing some maths. But also like Ronaldo, I think for you, it's more like a luxury player, because if it wasn't for City trying to get him, I don't think you would have gotten him.
You could all. I don't know, because obviously up to your boss, but I don't know whether, because obviously United have not made many 100+ million signings recently. So I don't know whether in this case whether the signings of Griezmann, had you not signed Griezmann, for example, or Dembele, those 100 Coutinho things, whether you would have been in that situation.
In what situation do you mean?
With the situation of Barca fine, because obviously because the highest earner right now for United is David De Gea, and he's on, I think,
It's Ronaldo now.
It'll be Ronaldo now, yeah. But I think obviously, whereas if I recall, Barca have at least 5 players. I'm sure they're on at least more than £300,000 a week. If you include, I think, obviously Messi was on it.
Suarez was on it.
Suarez was on it.
Griezmann is on it.
Griezmann, who was the PK was on it, and there was one more player, I think. I don't know if it was in Dembele or
Coutinho.
Yeah. So that might have been something. So also, I'm just going to get Ben on here, who's a Manchester City fan. I'll get to your comments, guys. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
How are you doing, Chief? You all right?
I'm good. Yeah, you?
Good. Thank you for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, you obviously were aware of what was going on over the last 24, 40 hours,
Yeah.
apparently it was confirmed that he was going to Manchester City. And yet you see obviously the image to your right. Ben, as a City fan, like, what are your thoughts on this? Like, gutted, despair,
I mean,
patient,
it
pep out,
was
what is it?
no. I mean, it was always for me. It was always going to be a bonus anyway because I didn't expect us to sign anyone. And even then, my dad, who's a City fan, I won't mention his age, but like he's been in football, like followed football a long time, and I was like, Ronaldo's leaving, and City links him, and he was like, he's not coming City. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, it's confirmed. Ronaldo has said he wants to leave, and my dad was like, he's not City, he's not coming City. I was like, all right, yeah, cool. Like, so, I mean, he was completely, he knew from the minute it was happening. But I think what also happened when it was mentioned that it wasn't going to happen. But I think what happened was as well, because Ronaldo was available, and obviously United didn't go in for him straight away, and City was sort of thinking about it, sort of stuff. The transfer journalists got a bit excited. And suddenly they were like, right, contract's nearly agreed. City now might be willing to pay the transfer fee. And then complete like opposite to this, like in the morning was, the contract was never agreed. There was never an agreement on a transfer fee. So it's like they got a bit ahead of themselves, I think. We got a bit trigger happy with the tweets, but yeah, like I say, I'm not too fussed. I didn't really expect us to get anyone anyway. It would have been a bonus, obviously, but yeah.
So do you think as like obviously as a Manchester City fan, and you couldn't, Mo kind of summarized it in a way, and it says,
no, I
sign anyone
no, I obviously expected us to sign a striker in this transfer window. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that after Kane fell through, I didn't expect us to sign anyone. That's why CSM would have been a bonus. I would have expected us to sign. I expected us in the transfer window to sign like a Kane or I don't know, even like a Danny Ings or someone like that, or a Calvert. No, but if it didn't happen, I didn't expect us to sign anyone. That's what I'm saying, because that's why CSO would have been a bonus. Yeah,
that's fair.
That's the way I see it. Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair, Ben. That's fair. Donald says Ollie a good man manager. He's a good man manager, but I mean, the thing is, why we'll address them, and I'll come to Vishwa in a second, is that this does put even though I still think that the defensive midfield position is where United need to strengthen, because I still think that causes problems. This does put a lot of pressure on Ollie to deliver. He has to deliver something this season. He has to win a trophy, and people have to see him at least competing for the Premier League and the CL. With the group that we've got, because let's be real, you guys have got a much harder group than we have on paper, with PSG and Leipzig, as opposed to Villarreal and Atalanta. He needs to be progressing in the Champions League and certainly competing in the league. So, Vishwa, do you think that this signing puts a lot of pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yo, Red Devil, how are you, man?
I'm doing good.
I'm
doing good.
I know you're ecstatic today. I can only imagine.
I am.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear, because you know what the funny thing is? A lot of my best friends are all United fans. And my phone has been blowing up since I've been at work today. I can tell you that. But you know what? On paper, this is a great signing, man. I just got to admit. Me being your biggest rival, like, I can just tip my hat off to y'all, because this is big time coming, big time coming. I only have one question for you, right now.
FSG out. Is this FSG out yet, or still FSG?
Oh, let's not even talk about that. That's a whole discussion for another time. I just got one question for you, Red Devil.
Oh, go on.
Where's Ronaldo gonna play? DM? Question mark?
No, he he will. That'll be great. But nah, he's gonna be. He'll be the number 9. I mean, I am interested to see how this Cavani situation is gonna work. I said this. I'm sure I said this in the group. I don't want to be part of the group chat as well. I said that the whole situation with Cavani and wanting to go to Uruguay to play internationals, like it didn't really clock onto me that that with the World Cup happening next December, obviously there'll be going to be World Cup qualifiers that are going to be played. Quite a few World Cup will be played across the season. And so clearly there are going to be a lot of players that will want to play for their country to qualify, etc. But if they're in red countries, they're going to be able to quarantine, and the Premier League will not be able to get an exemption for these players. So I don't think it's just United. I think there are going to be a lot of players where the decision will be the club will either ban their players from playing for their countries, which is not going to go down well.
Yeah.
Go like Cavani wants to, but then they'll have to quarantine for 10 days. So if you can imagine, it's going to be like, say, 3 World Cup qualifiers in the space of a season, maybe more, let's say 3 minimum, then you're talking about 30 days of quarantine over a year, which could be potentially anywhere between 8 to 10 games.
Yeah.
So because of that, because before this, when I knew that, I was like, you know what? In a sense, this might be a good idea. Because if you're going to have Cavani away and Fred and other players that are not going to be here, Ronaldo is probably going to get a decent amount of game time because Portugal currently, right now anyway, not on a red list. So he's going to be able to come, not quarantine, do his thing, etc.
Right.
I don't know, but like, for example, for me, Liverpool, I'd even be more concerned because, you know, Alisson, Fabinho, Firmino, Brazil are currently on the red list. And they all want to play for Brazil, obviously, for their World Cup qualifiers to qualify. Neymar, Messi, you know, so that's, I'm not trying to ramble over him, but I think that's a big issue that people aren't really.
And all the AFCON teams, of course.
And all the AFCON teams, Madison, you know, so, you know, this sort of, you know, bug, I don't use the C word, but the bug disruption, I think, is actually probably going to be the biggest factor when it comes to who wins the Champions League, who wins the Premier League, because if you don't have players available, like Liverpool for me on paper, a great team, but if in January they lose Salah, Mane, Firmino, and all the rest of it for different reasons, then suddenly you have a different question, you know. So, but does that? I assume that makes all sense to people.
No, that makes a lot of sense because you're trying to see the foresight of the season. We're all really getting, like, you know, carried away with what's going on in the transfer window, but like, who's gonna accumulate the points at the end of the day?
Yeah. Like even the Messi Neymar thing, I'm like, with that, I'm like, they will have their World Cup qualifiers. So if they're gone, okay, it might be a CL game. They have to come back, they have to quarantine for a reason. Then without Messi and Neymar and Mbappe's gone. So who's leading PSG's front three if that happens? Draxler? Di Maria? Well, no, Di Maria is Argentine. Yes, Di Maria's gone. So who would be leading?
There's absolutely no one.
There's no one. Draxler,
Sarabia.
Draxler, Icardi, Sarabia. That would be it.
Yeah. And Icardi's linked to go out of the club, so I'm not even too sure about that.
Exactly. Okay. So just going back to like, so, and I'll go back to Abdul before I go to Ben. How do you for this season, what do you see the impact that Cristiano Ronaldo will have on Manchester United, just as the team, as the football club?
It depends because it's tough to say because I'm gonna be honest and say I don't watch Syria, so I haven't seen much of Ronaldo the last 3 years because I just don't enjoy that league. So I haven't seen him play that often to tell you what exactly he's going to do. However, it does really depend on whether or not Oli can get the best out of him for what he is capable to provide to you guys now. I think him playing on the wing shouldn't happen. Like, he needs to be the number 9, the person in the box, because he doesn't have the legs to be running at people anymore and doing take-ons and dribbling. It's a very different player that you're getting than the one that left you 12 years ago.
Mm.
And I think people need to I think the people that haven't realized that yet will realize that really quickly once they see him playing, because he's not gonna be taking players on, dribbling, doing step. He's not that type of player anymore. He's a player that's in and around the box. You put the ball in there, and he'll get you goals. That's why, like, I put Luke Shaw in my team. I put Luke Shaw in my team because I'm bagging on some assists now from him. But I think he's gonna lift the spirits. United have had this problem with going down almost every game last season, and even this season. Like, you went behind to Southampton. Maybe his leadership can install a better mentality, so that you don't have to. Yeah, because actually there might be a mentality problem at United, because when you have to go down to come back every game, maybe there is a mentality problem, because maybe you can't get going unless you're losing. You know what I mean? Maybe that is an issue that he can solve by bringing his leadership and his winning mentality. But to be fair, like, he's a winner. He's a serial winner, and he's not coming to finish top 4.
Yeah.
He's not coming to end up in the Europa League. He's not.
Yeah.
He's coming to win everything. And this is also, you got to realize, why did he leave Juve? He left Juve because he realized that he's not going to win anything of worth in Juventus. So he's come, in my opinion, because he saw what Messi done. Messi has gone to a world-class team now that's going to be challenging for everything. So he's chosen the best club he possibly could and was available to him to try and challenge and become the best again. So obviously it's tough to predict, but I think he's gonna make the team, like, he's gonna bring a killer mentality to the team that I think the team has been lacking. I think with Ronaldo in your team, there is no way in hell you wouldn't go through in the Champions League group, and you would never, ever, ever lose to Villarreal in the final with Ronaldo in your team. I just can't see that happening. Ronaldo doesn't lose finals.
Fair. Yassir, obviously, I'm not going to bring up, Yassir, some of the things that you tweeted. That will come later. Later, no point.
That's a big concern, Red Devil. That's a big concern.
I've collected a lot of receipts from a lot of people for hours or so, which I have loaded and ready. But so all I want to focus on, Yassir, and thank you for joining, man, is like how you clearly had a roller coaster. How are you feeling right now with this signing?
Man, let me just put out a disclaimer to say that I have been several days ago. I've been kidnapped. So I've been kidnapped. So there was my cry of help, but unfortunately, people didn't understand. I would never dare to say anything negative about the GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo. So, so that being said, I am absolutely so happy. I can't put into words. Like, the moment he left, Cristiano Ronaldo left, there was a dream for that he was always going to return. When he went to Juve, I thought that was it. But the fact that he came back home, rightfully home, to Old Trafford, theaters of dream. I mean, what more can you ask? We have Cristiano Ronaldo back. Red Devil, we have Cristiano Ronaldo back.
Yeah, man.
Well, my head is gone. I've been screaming all day. People be telling me to shut up the whole time all day. My mom's like, "What's wrong with you?" People think I'm crazy. I just, oh man, like right now, you guys are getting like I was in such a high throughout the whole day that I feel like, it's like I feel like I'm crashing. Like maybe it's like I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I mean, I just can't believe it. I actually thought he was gonna go to City. Like literally, I was thinking, I was like, should I book a plane? Should I like run up to Old Trafford, scream out, "Don't go!" Like go to his presser. I mean, I was thinking about ways to prevent him from going to City, and I couldn't think of anything, and I was so angry the whole time. I was so angry. I was angry. Have you ever like been so angry that you fell asleep angry and you woke up angry? Has that ever happened to you?
Wow.
I was mad. I was mad.
Oh
But,
yeah, Seer, that's
but,
awesome.
but then I just the news, I mean, all the articles and the reports saying that it was basically everyone. The thing is, people can laugh at me and say that I'm wild, I'm crazy, but I feel like everybody, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, felt the same emotion. Rio Ferdinand felt the same emotion. Patrice Evra, Bruno Fernandes, like there was bare mans that were literally on the phone with Cristiano Ronaldo, Sir Alex Ferguson, like they were on the phone.
Fergie time.
Yeah, everyone was on the phone.
Fergie time, man.
Talking to this guy, so everyone felt the same feelings that I felt. I just probably didn't know how to express it, other than yelling. But yeah, but yeah, man, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, guys. It's crazy, man.
Let me quickly get to some comments, Yasir. But thanks, Chief. So Bleachman says, "Is this for 1 year?" It's a two. According to Fabrizio, I think it's a 2-year deal. It's a 2-year deal. And Fidan Komodowski says, "Okay, we get it. Ronaldo's home again, but can he be the same one now, like in United the first time or in Real Madrid?" No. Okay, so I'm gonna check this on the pod. Clearly, Ronaldo, like if you watch, I mean, I'm old enough to remember Ronaldo. Ronaldo at Manchester United was predominantly like a left winger. He wasn't a number 9. He wasn't a forward. So for people thinking,
and a right winger,
yeah. So for people thinking that he's going to come to United and be a winger again, that's just not going to happen. He's 36. He doesn't. I don't even know many 36-year-old wingers that are pacey, that are great, particularly. So he's not going to do that. He's evolved his game. He's going to be an outright number 9. So don't expect his game to emulate what happened at United, because at United he was not. When he was at first time, he was not a number 9. So what you expect from this Ronaldo is expect him to be given service. Like we expect to see balls, crosses delivered in. You expect the likes of Pogba and Bruno to create for him. And more importantly, certainly in the air, because this guy from corners, from set pieces, can head the ball in the back of the net. An outright number 9, this is what I expect to see. And as I think Mo said, he scored 29 goals under Pirlo, who was a brick, compared to Lukaku's 24, also golden boot in the Euros. He's a massive upgrade on Cavani. I won't go say it's a massive upgrade, but definitely like I don't have to worry now Cavani sort of being out. And then just quick, and then it says all I need is a Christina pen at the bridge. There are a lot of Chelsea fans that are certainly going to be a bit rattled after today. I'm not going to lie.
Red Devil. You know how you say you have a lot of receipt from me, bro? Do you know HH just dropped the videos begging Cristiano Ronaldo not to go to Man United? Do you know that, bro?
No, I know that.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Don't worry.
It was the same guy who was telling me, he understands if he goes to Man City, all that stuff, and then talk about like there's no such thing as club loyalty. Well, the whole time, this guy, the reason why he was bigging up the whole Man City to Ronaldo saga was for Man United to be in the mud. That's all that HH cared about. So, bro, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man.
Don't worry. I've got my things. But I want to just come back to Ben, actually, because Ben is a Manchester City fan with everything that's going on. So, because I want to have a brief, maybe just a brief conversation. Just a brief conversation, because we've actually got quite a few different teams in. So I want to have a brief conversation about the Champions League and people's thoughts on that. So before we go into it, Ben, as a Manchester City fan, do you think that City will be able to get a striker? And if they don't, how do you think that will affect Manchester City's season going forward?
There's no chance of us getting a striker this window. And affecting our season going forward, I don't think we'll win the league.
Okay. Really? No chance?
No, I don't think we'll win the league.
Wow.
I just can't. I mean, it worked last year, the false nine, but I can't see us being able to sustain it for a season. And so like it'll work at times, but when it doesn't work, we don't have the alternative, and that's where we'll struggle. And Champions League, I think I'd like to think we'll get out of the group, but it'll be difficult with PSG in there, so it might come second, and hopefully we can get to like at least the semis of Champions League. But I can't without the striker. I think it's going to be not like I think we'll still do well, but I can't see us being able to do it this season. That might be just
a big loss as well, yeah.
What's that?
Ben,
Mendy's a big loss as well, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's
Ben, because there's this who's your sporting director's name? Because a lot of City fans on Twitter were saying this guy starts with the name T or something like that, or
Chicky, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying him out, because I mean, if you look at it, if Man City waited a week, they would have gotten Messi, and he missed out on Messi. Now they missed out on Harry Kane, and now they're missing out on Ronaldo. I mean, what do you think, man? And then also, I mean, even Lukaku would have been a great fit for you guys. I mean, he's a goal scorer at the end of the day.
I think they're holding out for one man, though.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I completely disagree with this. I mean, I'm not seeing much of it. I think it might I don't really look at Twitter that much, but like the Chicky out, I completely disagree with that. He's done a fantastic job so far. And they have a certain way of doing things. Like that's just the way. If the deal doesn't suit them, they don't do it. So like with this Ronaldo one, they were like it was never advanced, and they were like, I'm not sure about this, so they didn't do it. Like that's the way they do things. And like you say, there's other players that are thinking, but like the Lukaku's, like I don't think he's a Pep Guardiola sort of player. And they have like a certain, they've got a certain way of doing things, a certain template, business model, whatever. Because I think, I mean, from what I've seen as well, we were saying we'll give if we were to offer a contract to Ronaldo, it would be like 230k, but United have given him 480. Like we do. It's like there's a certain model, a certain business model that we do. And like you said, one man that I think in Erling Haaland that he's always been in the back of the mind. Like and I'd like to think we've got a chance there, because it's quite like there's quite a clear hole in our squad that he can fill, so he knows he will get in time.
My question to that, Ben, before I touch on this, because I want to ask the panel a quick question about this, just regarding Haaland, is that like I still think that you have the same. I'm trying to mention, but I still think that you have the same wage problem with Haaland next season, even though obviously his release clause will come into effect. With Minariola, he's going to demand a high amount of agent
massive agent fee,
40 million euros.
And the wage, what at the very minimum be 300,000, possibly 350,000 a week. So
way above that.
That's minimum.
So if the belief is that City will go for Haaland, but Haaland will take a small wage, and that it's going to be easy.
No. Absolutely not. No,
I disagree actually, because I think Haaland. I think you can't compare Ronaldo to Haaland, because there's a difference between giving a 37-year-old, soon to be 37-year-old, like massive wages, and giving a star boy, up and coming gem, like 400, 500k. I think City are because let's be honest, what are Haaland's options now? Like United aren't getting him.
Yeah.
Chelsea aren't getting him.
Madrid still.
If they get Mbappe,
they still might get PSG.
No, there's a huge possibility Madrid get both. Madrid
But
could get both.
the thing that I think that gives us, I like to think, will give us the chance is that there is that gaping hole in our squad that he will, we know he will get game time. And I think that, like you say, there will be like the wages and stuff like that. But they've already shown a sort of slight change in the transfer strategy and a willingness to spend more money. Grealish,
I
100 million.
want to ask you a question actually because
Abdul, can I just quickly ask this question just before you go into it? So somebody makes this comment, and then Mo has just a quick question for you, Ben. It says the revenue season will bring to Man United and the league will be crazy. Now, why I answer the question is obviously Ronaldo. We know that Ronaldo's a global superstar and obviously will bring a lot of media attention and focus. Do people think that this will further push a disparity in terms of global ship revenue for the Premier League compared to the European leagues?
Red Devil, just today itself, after the announcement, Man United's public stock on the market today rose up 10%. 10%. They don't go up 10% in the matter of months, but in one day, the stock rose up 10%.
Yeah.
It's a very slow moving stock. I happen to just be pique my interest in investments as well, right? And I looked at Manchester United. I couldn't even believe my eyes, you know? So, of course, this just goes without saying. When you sign one of the biggest superstars of the sporting world, not just football, you know?
Yeah.
It will do damage. But, you know, before we get into the whole Haaland situation, is this man going to steal the number 7 or what? That's what we all really want to know.
You can't do it. Can't be legalized.
Who's going to
He can't take the number 7?
He can't take the number 7 after the season started.
Really?
He can't, because all the kit numbers have been finalised in now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Cavani will still be the number 7 regardless.
He'll get the number 28, won't he?
Yeah, the number 28, yeah. But it's a difficult one because, like, it is part of his, like, image, his brand to be 7. So, like, he can't be, like, CR28 or CR something.
Yeah, he can't be. Like, how can he not be 7? Like,
He wore
his whole thing.
He wore 9 for a season at Madrid. Like, he's not wore a different number before.
Yeah. Martial has that though.
It might just be shit. Ben, quick. When Abdul said the question is, Mo says to the City fan, thoughts on the rumors you are ready to sell Sterling.
I mean, I think there's been a lot of sort of speculation with a few players, and it's all sort of, they probably made a few sort of, you know, little chats saying, oh, maybe I'll think about leaving and stuff like that. But like, I think it mainly comes from the fact that they offered quite a few players for Kane, which I don't understand, but because they were so desperate for a striker. So it comes from that, I think, because I can't see. I mean, I might be completely wrong, but I can't see him going now. Especially now. But
not with 4 days left.
No. But yeah. No, it's I can't see it anyway. Not really.
Hey Ben, let me ask you a question. So Pep Guardiola is seen on his contract, so basically he has this year and next year left. Any idea who can possibly take over for him after he leaves?
I mean, I've had a few thoughts about it. Like, I've spoken about it before. I mean, he clarified his comments today in his press conference, saying that he meant just that he's probably just trying to cover up the fact that he's going at the end of the 2 years. But he said he meant at the end of his City, so it could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, it could be whatever, it could be 3 years. But I think he might just be covering up. But anyway, I think I've had a thought about it, and I thought maybe someone like Luis Enrique or someone like that. You know, of that sort of Barca mold sort of thing. But apart from that, I can't really think of anyone. I was going to say Nagelsmann, but he's at Bayern now. So
about 10 Hag.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure. Like, it's a difficult one. There's not.
You got 2 years anyway.
Yeah, there's not many not many names that pop out. Pop out here. So
Tech company.
No chance. No chance.
Follow the manager mode.
No chance.
Guys, for those who are watching, and there's quite a few people watching, make sure that you like the vid. It goes a long way. And if you have any questions for anyone on the panel, we've got quite a few people here. We're going to probably talk a bit about Champions League as well, just while we're Friday Night Live. So, does anyone sorry, that's a quick question. Anyone?
Well, Fernandinho.
Does anyone have any thought? I mean, Chris and Damien, and obviously Tom who joins. Chris, Damien, thoughts on Ronaldo?
Well, all I know is it makes you guys the favorites, man. Like, you guys were already the favorites. You already had a great defense. You had the best midfield.
I know you're a
Ole,
Liverpool
who's not a
fan, bro, man. I know you're like at the end of the day, like I've seen tweets that saying that Salah was the best winger the Premier League has ever seen. So given and that's what Liverpool fans have been saying. So the best winger that the Premier League has ever seen, you know, you should be at least challenging for the title, surely, Chris.
No, Red Devil.
No,
I think you're mistaking. I think you're mistaking Manchester United fans for that because they were saying Mo Salah was the best winger just a day
That's
ago.
facts. That was
when
United.
Nick was linking
He was, bro.
Yeah, that's
was United trade.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
It was
Sorry to cut you off
weird.
there, Chris. Go ahead.
It was so weird because all the big Man City like fan channel or like Twitter pages whatever or people were literally saying the same thing that the Man United was saying. It was like a flip flop, and it was weird. It was like the whole world was like a simulation for a little bit. It was so weird.
Yes, you were one of them, weren't you?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I had to delete a tweet.
Yeah, the amount of receipts I have on you yesterday, man. I've got
Okay.
Bro,
You know what
everyone
I
got
said?
screenshots.
Bro, you're shameless.
Right now, I tweeted out a picture of when Messi has hold his jersey. I said the Messi versus Ronaldo debate is a myth. Messi is clear, and I had a picture of him holding the jersey, bro. You know what? A part of me is not ashamed of it. You know, I'm like, it is what it is. You know, whatever.
So,
a part of me is
How
like,
you-
yeah.
So let me
You're being honest,
let me
man.
go back to your honest thoughts on this Ronaldo signing and the impact they will have on Manchester United.
Honest thoughts are in terms of expectations. Like, United do have to win a major trophy, not the FA Cup, not the Capital One Cup, not the Europa. You have to win a major one, like legit, for real. You have to win a major one.
Okay.
Not only because you're that great, but also you spent so much, bro. 4 years in a row, you spent the cumulative amount, as far as I know.
Actually, Chris,
won nothing.
I will just check you on that. The only thing I will check you on
Yeah.
that,
Tell us, Red Devil.
and this is the funny answer. I put a tweet out on this is that at the end of the day, despite the fact that United have signed Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo, Arsenal still spent more than this transfer window.
You know how wild that is.
That's embarrassing.
Like Arsenal Football Club have still got the highest transfer spending window, and they're currently battling relegation. I'm just putting it out there. They spend more than any team in the PL, and they're battling relegation right now. So,
in a season that Messi left his team, Ronaldo left his team, Arsenal spend the most, and they don't improve. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's actually crazy.
Hey, Red Devil, just trust the process. Trust the process.
you know, well, if you guys, if City Dons do their thing against Arsenal on the weekend, then let's be real. It's gonna be mad. Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace will have more points than Arsenal. So it's gonna be crazy. Sorry, I cut you off, Chris. I go to Damien. Just to round up your thoughts, man.
Yeah, trolling aside, I do honestly think you guys have to win a major trophy. And as a Liverpool fan, I am scared. I am scared. Ronaldo's not finished. If a dude can guarantee 30 goals, that's not a finished dude. Because if he's finished, that means there's only 5 good players in the world. This dude is still that dude, man. He can still win you games, on his own. Not driving from the midway and stuff, but just give him the ball in the box. And let him do his work, man. Let him eat. Just feed him, man. But I'm scared, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared.
Before I come to Damon, Nicholas says, Red Devil, what does this mean for Martial? This Ronaldo move will be very influential for Greenwood and Rashford if you are me. Tom, because you haven't spoke yet, and also I know you're a United fan, do you want to just quickly address this before I go to Damien? What are your thoughts on the impact that this might have on Martial, possibly Greenwood and Rashford?
Well, I think for a lot of the younger players, I think it'll be a big boost. Not just not just for the attacking players, but I'm talking for the whole team. This man's won everything there is to win: Champions Leagues, you know, everything there is to win near enough in club football, bar the World Cup. He's won everything, and in terms of, you know, personal honours, he's won, you know, XYZ amount of Ballon d'Ors, and when you bring somebody with that sort of pedigree, you know, whether he was at your club before or not, or you're just bringing them back or whatever, it still has some weight to it. And like a lot of people have already said, you know, last season, you know, he was the top scorer at the Euros. You know, he was the top scorer also in you know, Serie A, upwards of that. You know, 28 goals. I think it was 28, 29 goals last year for a person who, 29 goals for a 36-year-old. You know, I know it's Serie A, but it really doesn't make much difference to me. And that was in a season where Juventus were struggling still, and he still got that many goals. But like everybody said,
who's going to take pens now? Who's going to take pens now?
No. Allow it.
Relax.
They'll take turns, bro. They'll take turns.
No, but I think this is it's one of those transfers where if it's an option, like many people have said, if it's an option, you can't really turn it down. To be honest, you know, regardless of the amount of money you're paying per week or whatever, we know Man United pay ridiculous wages for players anyway, and I think it is. You can see the Glazers side from it, where it's buy the fans back on side by bringing him back, and also we're going to boost, you know, advertisement, shares, etc. is going to go through the roof because of all the Ronaldo fanboys and whatnot, and the advertisement you get from him and whatnot. So you can see it from that point of view, but even just from on the pitch point of view, any team that he's gone and he's scored goals, and the track record speaks for itself. Since he left Manchester United, I think it was since he left Manchester United, he's been the top goal scorer in all 5 European leagues. He's got 2 goals ahead of Messi, and both of them. I know Ronaldo is obviously a couple of years older, but still to be probably in the top 5 list, that's still a good thing at that sort of age when you've got 29 goals from last year as well. But to be honest, I think it's a really good bit of business, and you know, there was the whole meltdown with Man City and everything. I'll be very honest with you. I don't really think I didn't buy any of this with Man City being in for him, because I think if Man City were going to go for either of the 2 superstars, I think they would have preferred Messi than they would have preferred Ronaldo. To be honest with you, just because of Pep's ideology and his system, I don't see where Ronaldo fits it. To be honest with you, even, you know, the greatest of Ronaldo, I know some players can fit into any system, but even at his best, I really don't see him playing in a Pep system. Messi, yes, but I don't see it with this sort of hunger and desire that he has to win games. I know that could play hand in hand with Pep, but more towards Manchester United. Even if you don't, you know, want to see him as, you know, always the captain at the club, he will be a captain in theory, just without the armband. That is Ronaldo in a nutshell. Yeah. He's got it all the traits, qualities, the lot. But yeah, I think it's a really good bit of business. And for what, 20 million euros or whatever, it's steal.
17 million pounds.
Steal. Yeah, and like we've all said, we can use banter if we want. You know, Man United have got one of the best generational talents upcoming in Sancho. Varane, probably one of the best defenders. You can question it or whatnot. And Ronaldo, probably one of the greatest of all time. For less than what Arsenal have spent in total.
I'm going to because SSB has said do a starting everything with new signs. I'm going to put it up in a second. I'm just going to address Elliot's question. Reto, do you hear PSG go for Haaland as PSG replacement? Is there some truth with that? Just opening it up to the pan. What Damien actually?
Yeah, I mean, I've it's all over Twitter though. Red Devil. Yeah, so the reports are saying that. Because apparently there's reports coming out that's saying that the bid that Real Madrid made was been turned down. Okay. This is from French reports, and they're saying that, but PSG are readying up Haaland to be replacement. The only problem with Haaland is I don't know if there's any Chelsea fans here, but dealing with Dortmund, dealing with Mino Raiola, it's not a deal you can do in a matter of days. No, I think if because like it takes with Mino Raiola, he has to get his cut. I heard that his family's entourage has to get part of their cut as well. Then also Dortmund has to be okay with letting him go. You know, there's this notion that Dortmund don't like to their players to leave they want their players to leave at a specific time during the transfer window.
They
Like
have deadlines.
Yeah.
they have deadline.
Yeah.
So that and for Mino Raiola and Holland, it's like Mbappe. Like, you know, they would have if they would have moved this summer, great. But then at the same time, they know next summer everybody will be in for them. So I mean, never say never. This transfer window is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The craziest I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
But we're I don't know. We only have till Tuesday. So, I mean, I just don't see. I don't think it's likely, to be honest.
Damien.
What about Richarlison?
That's crazy. It's actually a possibility.
Everton don't want to sell him now.
I swear, if I see City and Mbappe and PSG with like Moise Kean, out of all the things, like, yeah, we signed Moise Kean as a number 9, or we signed Richarlison. That's just peak. Damien, what are your thoughts just on this whole Ronaldo thing? Just what's going on?
I mean, I'm still very surprised that, you know, Cristiano's going to Manchester United. I'm still like lost of words, but for me, like this is like an intent to me for Manchester United to at least, you know, challenge for, you know, the big trophies.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Excuse me, challenge. No.
Who-
But go
who
on,
said
Damien,
that?
go on.
No, let
Go on.
Damien land. Damien, go on land. Finish.
Yeah. It's an intent for me, for Manchester United to challenge. I think this is a good signing. I think, you know, Cristiano will bring a lot to the table. Manchester United has been missing like a consistent goal scorer for me in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this will be very, very needed for them.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Wait, RDS, can I ask you a question? Your
Okay.
honest opinion.
Yeah.
What's your expectation for Man U? Like, based on all the signings, the drought of trophies, and the talent, what's your expectation?
My
Like, what's the
expectation.
objective?
My
What should be the objective?
My expectation is that we should I think you came, I think maybe after I told my spiel with Ben was here, and I think Abdul was here, where I said that one of the big things that people need to take into account this season is the impact that get the question.
COVID.
The impact that that's going to have in for the season, and the fact that the World Cup qualifiers are going to be happening this year. A lot of players are going to be wanting to play for their countries, and so if those players are going to have to be away and get quarantined, that's going to be a big thing, you know, because exemptions, clubs, all the rest of it. So, and individual players, some individual players might be like, yeah, I don't care, I'll play my club. Some players, I think the majority of players want to be like, no, screw this, I want to get my country to the World Cup. You know, I'm sure Messi and Neymar, for example, will want to leave PSG to play for Argentina and Brazil respectively. You know, so if you're now saying that you have 3 World Cup qualifier games this season and you're going to quarantine for 10 days, that's going to have a massive impact on the season going forward. So I'm not going to. So why I'm happy that we signed Ronaldo is that at least for now, Portugal's part of a red list country. That's not going to be a problem. But for Cavani, for Fred, and for certain other players, it is going to be a problem. So I will be very. I'm essentially what I'm trying to say is I want to look at the bigger picture rather than just the transfer window. And there clearly are factors that might affect our season on top of injuries before you can say, oh yeah, we're favourites to win the CL, the Premier League. There's just too many variables right now for me to say that. Maybe after 10, 15 games, I might have a better gauge as to how the season's going to progress. But right now, it's still up in the air.
Okay, are there World Cup qualifiers in 2022, like the second half of the season, like in March?
Yes.
Or is it just friendly?
Yeah,
I
they
get
are.
the list. Yeah, there's a list because
There is.
World Cup is obviously towards the is next
The
December.
end of 2020.
So most of the World Cup qualifiers they're gonna squash into this season. You know, they might have maybe. Sorry, go
But
on.
how's that gonna work though, Red Devil? Like, because there's
Well, this is
actually
where
like a
people are
political
petitioning.
war, right?
People are
Sorry,
petitioning for there to be a winter break. Like
Yeah,
the
there's
summer
like
break.
there's an actual political war going on with FIFA and the clubs.
Oh yeah.
So
This is the
how is
going
that
on in
gonna
the
work?
background. You know, this is all this hype that we're talking about. There is, as you said yesterday, there's issues with UEFA, FIFA, and the Premier League clubs that are going on that are going to make themselves more apparent as the season goes on. Because you could have a scenario where the likes of Messi and Neymar aren't going to be available for a major CL quarter because they'll be quarantined coming back from Brazil and Argentina. That's a possibility. You know, FIFA want exemptions. You know, the government say they're not going to grant exceptions. Clubs want players banned. It's a whole mess. You know, so I think it's a bit too. I guess what I'm saying is that people need to just think of the bigger picture and not necessarily just certain players that have signed, etc. Because it's going to be irrelevant if those players aren't going to be available to play for certain parts of the season. If that makes sense.
Okay, but hypothetically, let's just assume all things are equal. Everybody's healthy. Like in a ideal world, everybody's healthy. The expectation is a major trophy, right?
Yeah, and if my expectation would be a major trophy, all things equal, or at the very least being close to competing for one. Like if we lose on penalties in the CL final, I'm not going to say it's a failure, whatever. You know, so if we're 1 point behind City at the end of the season, again, I'm not going to say it's a failure, but I expect us to be at least touching distance or lifting one. Absolutely. Assuming all things equal. But like I said, going into the season, I don't think that's going to necessarily be the case. I want to just quickly, before we talk about some CL stuff, because I'll get the CL groups in a second. I just have, so this is answer to, I think, SSB's question. Do a starting 11 with the new signings. What is everyone's thoughts? And I know a lot of non-United fans here, but just on this starting 11, it's 4-2-3-1, getting everyone into the team. What is everyone's thoughts on that? Or being
Van de Beek's not playing.
I'm scared for Matic. I'm scared for your midfield with Matic.
Yeah, Red Devil. What are you doing putting players that are not Manchester United?
Van de Beek's never going to play.
Van de Beek hasn't played in a United shirt.
I'm putting that because McTominay's injured. So McTominay's injured. So
he'll bring in a youth player rather than play Van de Beek. He doesn't like him that much. This is a hope filled. Like he has to, like, I don't see the excuse aside from playing Fred here or bringing Pogba. I mean, I guess he could. He could go back to playing Pogba in the midfield. So he could do something like this.
Yeah, that's probably what he's going to do. And he's going to play Greenwood.
We might play Martial there. Or do you think he'll play Greenwood West?
Yeah, I think he's going to play
the pitch.
I think he's going to play. He's going to play Greenwood and Sancho.
So he'll only play Greenwood on the right. So he'll play Sancho on the left. Then.
Yep.
So if you play Greenwood there and then Sancho here.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that what people generally think it's gonna?
But I do believe that because McTominay is injured, I do believe that, dare I say it, Daniel, Donny, the Donster, Van de Beek will play alongside Matic, because Ali cannot put Fred and Matic in the midfield, and I don't think he wants to put Pogba in the midfield.
He did that in his last game.
It was
failed
horrible.
miserably.
Like, I don't think Ali is going to do that. So I think the way he was talking about Van de Beek this press conference, because they literally pressed him on it, which I'm happy that they did. It looks like he might play Matic and Van de Beek, and then play Pogba on the left. Because Pogba's better off the left than he is in midfield, to be honest.
Anyone else have any thoughts about that? About this team?
I'll be very surprised if he plays Van de Beek anyway. I mean, we might be completely wrong, but I'll be very surprised. Definitely.
I mean, if he doesn't play Van der Beek, then there's not an insult to call him a liar, because every single time they ask him, he's like, yeah, he will play. Yeah, he will play. At what point do you just become a straight up liar? And if you're never gonna play him, then you're just lying. So I
don't think Pogba will ever play in the midfield again unless you.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I'm like, I'm playing Pogba here, but like, you know, Ollie clearly seems to like to prefer him to play.
It makes sense. It makes sense because he knows Pogba is a defensive liability.
Yeah,
he knows that. So unless you buy a world class CDM,
but you guys know it's funny. You know it's funny. I was checking Juventus' game in the Champions League in like 2014, I think. I think it was against Bayern Munich or something. I saw they were playing with the 4-4-2, and guess who was on the wing? Pogba. He was playing on like the left midfield, left wing. So never really been center mid, like a central midfielder.
Yep.
Kante tax.
See, Red Devil, I really wasn't kidding when I was saying is Cristiano gonna play at DM? Because this midfield, I'm so sorry. It's poor, man. It's poor. It's like we saw it in the Southampton game. I'm only giving criticism because I watch United very often. And that was not a good performance, man, against Southampton.
And you know, as well, something United fans aren't taking into account is like Maguire and Varane. They also have to. There's gonna be some. They have to take some time to build a good relationship. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're not gonna read each other well from the get go. Like Lindelof and Maguire, they struggled in the beginning, and then they got better with time when they started to build and understand each other better. And I think, like, I just think because people think, all right, we're gonna replace Varane with Maguire, so instantly, like, it's gonna improve, but not necessarily. Like, they're gonna take time to bond, understand. Varane has been used to playing one style of play for like the last 10 years and in one certain team, like, so there's gonna be some adaptation. Yeah.
And we also have to see like how he deals with making a mistake, because I'm sure in the Prem, what makes it more different than anything is the eyes on you. Like when you make that mistake, everyone is on your neck. Everybody. You're trolled all over the world. As opposed to in Spain, where it's like there's pressure, but it's not the same on like social media and stuff.
You guys talk about Varane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, wasn't Van Dijk the same person when he was playing for Southampton that got spun by the only Anthony Martial? I mean, I believe I can. Wait, there's a picture that Red Devil Studio can pick up when he's on the
That's
ground.
not the point.
Yes, yeah, chill.
So,
Don't worry about Martial, Yassir. He's not going to get the pitch ever again.
There's
Yes,
what
that's
people
not the
are
point.
worried about. I'm not worried about Varane, bro. I'm not worried about the whole
Varane got
thing.
spun by Jesus.
You know, Red Devil, on a serious note, though, like, I feel like United will really benefit if you guys go back to playing the old school style of, like, Manchester United football. Very direct, you know, like, building even from, like, your defenders with the long ball. You know, if you've seen Liverpool play sometimes, we do like to do a slow build-up. But if there's a change in, like, scenario, Van Dijk will just throw up a long ball to Salah to get the attack going, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
feel
realized?
you really need to take advantage of Varane's, like, ability on the football. Like,
But
he
here's
can
the
do
problem,
some special
though.
things.
Yeah.
Here's a problem, and something I literally realized, because, like, everyone knows, I majority of the time I go off emotion. I don't really use.
Yeah, we know.
I don't just like sit down and just think about things, especially when it comes to Man United. One thing I realized is I love David De Gea with all my heart. I love David De Gea, but I think Dean Henderson is a better option.
Do you know?
Because
he's injured right now, though, so that's the problem. So
because the thing is, like, one thing I realized about De Gea is, like, De Gea, you cannot. De Gea is, like, one thing I kind of envy that De Gea cannot do is what Alisson does, what Ederson does. Where that one ball straight to the attacker, boom, you're on attack right away. De Gea cannot do that, and Dino can do that. So if you want to play that kind of expansive football, straight from the back, quick build up, then you can't play it with David De Gea, because David De Gea, especially like against Southampton, David De Gea was useless from playing off in the back. The amount of balls that just were straight going out of off field and out of the play was ridiculous. So
Right.
that is the issue, you know.
Guys, we're just because I'm gonna have to round this off in a second. So, but I just want to end with, because obviously we've got quite a few guys from different teams. Obviously, Ben City, Damien Barcelona, Chris Liverpool, Abdul Barca as well. You know, yes United, and so on. Everyone knows the Champions League is obviously happened. Some very interesting draws and fights. Ben, I'm going to come back to you. What are your thoughts on your group with City, the PSG like? Like, do you think that? How do you think the City are going to progress through this group and in the competition?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a difficult group with having Paris and Leipzig in there, but I'd like to think we'll win against Leipzig, and well, no offense to Bruges, but obviously Bruges as well. PSG will obviously be difficult. I like to think we can hold our own against them. But if I was to say now, as things currently stand, I'd probably say we'd come second in the group. But I mean that might just be the pessimist in me, and also the sort of the ridiculous signings that PSG have made. But I just think, I mean, it could be. I can't see us winning both games a bit against PSG. Maybe one of them, but I think it'll be difficult. So yeah. But I think I like to think we'll progress through the group, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any thoughts on the, well, I guess Group A, on City's group? Do like any early predictions, guys?
Yeah, Man City and PSG are going through. No ways either of them are playing Thursday night football. They're going through.
So no one thinks that Leipzig has a chance.
Nah,
Nope.
not really.
Leipzig without Nagelsmann, man. Nah, man. No.
Red Devil, for once, Man City has a tough group. For once. For once. I'm tired of them playing. Who do you guys play last season? Was it Olympiacos? And it was, what was it? Porto?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Porto.
Let's not forget Man City's favorite Champions League opponent, Shakhtar Donetsk.
No, we didn't get them. No, I get that, but I mean, I think people forget early on when we had Barca in our group. And
that's true. Though.
And not only that, bro, you guys
I get more recently we have had easier groups. I do get that, but early on we had some difficult groups.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah, like remember you had Juventus, you had Sevilla and Mönchengladbach 2014. 2012 you had Dortmund, Real Madrid, and Ajax.
Yeah,
and you finished bottom.
It was tied to the seeding. I think City have obviously a higher seeding now than they had when they got in. So let me just go to some quick comments, guys. I said last 10 minutes, guys. Get your questions in. We'll try and address them as a panel. Neek says, "Is this the greatest transfer ever?" And why is the answer yes?
Yes.
I know everyone's
the
saying
level of start.
yes.
Yeah. The reason why it's yes is because it's yes.
Level of movement, man. Level of movement. Players are going everywhere, man. Top caliber players, man. There's not any Tom, Dick, and Harry, man.
It's crazy, guys. Messi left Barcelona. It's insane. And if Mbappe leaves to Real Madrid,
and even then, it's the rumors. Harry Kane even not going to training and stuff. It's crazy. It's been crazy, man.
It's
been crazy.
Let's quickly move to Group B. Obviously, Vishra and Chris are Liverpool fans. I actually personally said that this isn't as easy a group as people are letting on. I'm not sure why people are saying that this is going to... I still think Liverpool will top the group, but I don't think this is as a done deal as people are already saying. Like, I mean, Vishwa, Chris, as Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on this group?
Yeah, personally, I agree. Like, I'll just go quick. Personally, I agree, and I'm happy. Like, I actually predicted we'd get Atletico and Milan because low-key, I wanted a tough group because I don't feel like it's been beneficial when we have easy groups and then as soon as we make it to the knockouts, I don't know, like the change in levels is a bit different. Like I feel like when you're tested early on, especially a team like Liverpool, and you go through the battle and you come out stronger, it'll only be beneficial for us.
Yeah.
Look, Red Devil, people may call this group the group of death, but I like to call this group the football heritage. football heritage, man. Look at the amount of UCLs that are just packed on top of each other in this group. This is called football heritage, man. I think you guys need to learn a thing or two from these teams.
Well, I mean,
if you know what I mean.
It's
What
nice
about
to see
Atletico?
Milan
What about
back in.
Atletico, man? What about Atletico,
Yeah,
man?
very good team in the Champions League. May not have gotten the trophies, but
It's nice.
Hey,
It's nice to see Milan back.
be honest with yourselves. None of you people want to play Atletico when it comes to the knockout
I
stage.
didn't want to play Atletico.
My team played them and beat them. Don't worry. I don't know. No,
Okay,
doesn't
but that
count.
doesn't
CCL.
mean you
CCL doesn't count.
ideally like to play them,
no.
It's it doesn't count. CCL.
Just gonna say, it's nice to see Milan back in the Champions League. To be fair.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
no,
That is a good point, Ben. But in all seriousness, Red Devil, like this is some proper football right here. Like we're gonna see some great matchups, and then just seeing these iconic like teams playing again and again. It's fun for the neutral too. Let alone us as like Liverpool fans.
You know what's crazy? The first because the fixtures came out in terms of what game is first and stuff like that. For this group, the very first game is Milan Liverpool, and literally it gave me instant flashbacks. It gave me instant. There's something about Milan and Liverpool, bro. It's different, man. Like that's why, like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's why like clubs like Milan and those down clubs, I like to have them in the Champions League. It's the nostalgia. It just brings you back.
Yeah.
But I agree with everyone said. This group is going to be interesting because I don't think Porto is even. Porto, I don't think is a bad team either. They're gonna
they're always a good team. Always a good team.
So they're gonna give like Milan a hard time. I just think Liverpool and Atletico Madrid might be too good for the rest, but it's the Champions League, man. You never know.
Hey, no offense to Milan, they still have a lot to prove here. They do not have a great squad whatsoever.
Yep.
I watch Serie A very often, and this is just a very depleted squad. Like you can't be depending on Brahim Diaz to take you to the knockout stages of the Champions League. And not to mention, Ibrahimovic is going to be out for majority of the season, as it is.
Alonso says, "Let's go to UCLs or Netherlands is the World Cup." I agree with that.
Yep.
Let's
good shout.
Group C, which is so we've got Sporting, Dortmund, Ajax, and Besiktas. Just kind of Dortmund are presumably the clear favorites in this one. Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
I mean, don't underestimate Sporting. They did win the Portuguese league last season. They do have a really decent team and a good coach. So, I mean, don't rule out Sporting. I think Group C will also be another one of those underrated groups because you also have Ajax in there as well. And we played against Besiktas. So we can't say anything about that Red Devil, but Besiktas did give Leipzig 2 good games. So Group C is an interesting one as well. So it's a very good draw.
Did you play Besiktas or I thought that was another team? Besiktas.
Yeah, it was Istanbul.
I don't know. We played some team. Besiktas, probably same team, but who knows? All right.
Hey, respect them. Yes, here they beat your club, man.
Yeah.
So, moving on to quickly Group D. The funny thing about this group, and I was saying,
it's the same one.
Pretty much the same one, except Sheriff. I'm still surprised a team like Sheriff exists. If I'm perfectly honest, they're badge as well. Like some Wild West team. So,
it's hilarious. Look at their badge. It's hilarious.
Yo, Red Devil. Do you know what their goal difference was as they won the Moldovan League? Do you know what their goal difference was?
What was it?
Like 102, I think.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, man. I mean, what I will say though is that if I see Sheriff beating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu,
amazing.
Amazing. I know crazy things happen in football, but that is beyond crazy.
Look, Ancelotti look all confused. Look at Modric looking confused. Oh, it'd be hilarious.
the amount of memes that be generated from that alone will be absolutely insane. And bearing in mind, Shakhtar did beat Real Madrid home and away last season.
Yeah.
So Shakhtar Donetsk. Inter, we don't know how the hell they'll do it. So I think Real Madrid bossed this group if they sign Mbappe. But if they don't sign him, is Real Madrid's squad this season better than it was last season?
Oof.
Inter are struggling as well, though.
It's worse. It's worse.
Yeah, it's worse. You need to get Mbappe. You need to get Mbappe if you want any type of chance in the Champions League. If they get Mbappe, this is not Group D anymore. This is called Kylian Stat Pad session. That's what it's called. But other than that, they'll actually struggle. Yeah. They'll actually struggle just a little bit.
They went from Ramos and Varane to nachos and cheese.
Oh, bad. Was it Perez might kill someone if that happens? Yeah, I mean, it's like.
Yeah, man, they better get Kylian Mbappe because I don't want to mention it. There's a certain someone that happens to wear the Real Madrid shirt that does not happen to show up in the UCL. But a couple people here might not be happy.
No one mentioned his name. No one mentioned his name, man. Just let's keep it moving, man.
All I know is he's related to Thorgan Hazard.
Red Devil, man. No, man. Not today. Not today, please. Not today.
Let's move on. Sorry, go on.
You know, I've heard that person that he who should not be named. Apparently, he might be going on loan to Juve. That's what I've heard.
What?
That's what I've heard. Yep.
You're joking, right?
No, it's actually real. It's real.
Who?
Is it Hazard? You said Hazard, right?
Hazard's going on Juve.
Oh, I need to call my guy. Hell no, man. Nah, man.
MK, would you not take him back in Chelsea?
I would love to take him back. I'll love him back. Nostalgia or no nostalgia, I'll take him back comfortably.
Inke. Look at that. They try to be like us, Red Devil. Yeah,
gladly.
We got Ronaldo back. They want Hazard back.
Gladly, Red Devil, gladly.
Also, the Belgium connection. You got Lukaku there. You then have got Hazard there. You know,
bring him back, please, man. Bring him back. I don't.
Nah, but Inke, Juve is gonna be good this season. I'm telling you, they're actually gonna be good.
Don't worry, man. I'm not saying anything, man. I'm minding my business.
Alonso, we've had tons of injuries this. Oh wait, so Alonso is a Madrid fan, so it says Nacho Cheese is injured. Okay, that's not good. We've had a ton of injuries this season already. My goodness, man. Madrid are. Group E is I mean, Damien and Abdul. And Abdul, I want you to start here. When Barca got drew with Bayern, I still think Bayern and Barca are going to qualify from this group. It's just that I am concerned that cricket scores might be a thing. I don't know whether you guys are concerned about it. Do you think it's going to be as bad like that? Or do you think that, you know what? That was then, this is now, it's going to be fine.
First of all, I've said if we lose by anything less than 8-2, I will blame the 8-2 on Messi.
Ooh.
Come on.
Abdul, that's a good one. That's a good
Come
one.
on.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Second of all, it depends on whether Ronald Koeman has functioning brain cells left. Because if he has, he can take precautions, making sure that we lose respectfully. Because that's one of Barca's big issues lately in the Champions League, is we don't know how to lose respectfully. We always gotta lose. We always gotta get humiliated.
That's true.
So honestly, do you want my opinion on this group as a whole?
Yeah. Have a general opinion as a whole. Yeah. And then I'll go to Damien after this. Yeah. I'm actually really happy with the group. I just wish the good team that was testing us wasn't Bayern, because you know what, PTSD. Because on the one hand, you do want to be tested, so you don't walk around with false expectations. You do want to know where you're actually at, and you don't figure out where you're actually at unless you're being tested by one of the best teams in the world. So that's a positive. The second positive is we should be making it out of this group. Otherwise,
our manager's losing his job.
Yeah.
So that's a second positive. It's not like we're in a group of death where if we don't make it out, our manager has an excuse. You know, we don't have that. If we don't come out of this group because yeah. No, like we're not united. You know what I mean? We're not united. So
Thank you, Yasir.
We would sack our manager. You know what I mean?
Abdul, you're gonna keep saying that till you in Europa. It's like we're not united.
No. I'm saying like if we did go into if we did fall into Europa, like that would be the sack. That's Ronald Koeman gone.
No. But Abdul, let's be honest. If you sacked Ronald Koeman, you would do the United thing and hire Xavi. That's what you guys are gonna do. So
yeah,
let's be honest, bro.
But Xavi didn't get relegated with Cardiff, though. You know what I mean?
Bro, he's at Qatar.
Yeah,
no one knows what he did.
Yeah. But let me finish.
Sorry, Abdul, because does this scare you? Does what Mr. Man said scare you?
No, it doesn't, because that's not gonna be the defenders. We don't play PK Langley anymore.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, we don't. But one PK most likely will be there though. So
no, you play Araujo, right?
Yeah.
And Eric Garcia. Well, Eric Garcia is trash. Let's be honest.
But we haven't seen enough of him. But let me finish, bro. Let me finish my analysis.
Wrap up, Abdul. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so the two positives were that we will be tested, so we don't walk around with false expectations. And the second thing is we should be getting out of this group. Otherwise, there will have to be a sacking. So all in all, I am actually relatively positive because it's a group that's going to test us. But the negative is that we will most likely not win this group, and the negative in that is that it's going to be hard to. It's going to be tough to get to the quarterfinal because I know our luck. We'll end up with a Man City, at PSG, at Chelsea. You know, so that's the only negative is that last year we didn't win it, and this year we most likely will not win our group again, meaning that we might get knocked out in the round of 16 again, which would be unacceptable.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you will avoid you obviously in the round of 16 you can't play any of the Spanish sides. You're not going to face Bayern Munich, so really the only teams that you have left that would be top, you presume would be probably an English
Dortmund
side. So
Dortmund and Lille.
Dortmund, Lille, or potentially you want to avoid like City or Liverpool. Those are really the only two teams that will most likely top their group that you probably want to avoid.
Yeah. I actually see an upset happening in Group B. I see an upset happening in Group B.
I was going to say.
You're
right. Most likely going to be an English team.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I was going to say, I think AC Milan's going to make it, but we'll speak more about that later.
Nah, not a chance.
Let's
out of which two will miss out?
Yeah, before we went to Group F, which two do people say? SMB has a quick one for Abdul. Sorry, Damien hasn't spoken. I want Damien to speak at Barca. Right, let's ask Abdul about this Mrabi guy. He's a young talent out of Barca who they say is the next Pogba. He wants to leave Barca, but turn down Chelsea and Bayern and doesn't want to go to the Prem. Abdul?
I mean, like he's not proven, so I can't tell you a lot. Like he looks like a player that has a good potential, but he's not proven. Like the reason we are selling him is because he's 18, his market value is 20 million, and their agents want 15 million just to re-sign his agents in agent fees. So he's not leaving because we want him to leave. Or it's not because he's horrible. He's a good player. Like you can't start comparing players to Pogba when they're 18. Like that's foolish. But he looks talented, but he's like played 5 games, so he's not proven. So I can't really tell you anything about him. It's not like a Mason Greenwood that's played consistently for 2 seasons now. You know what I mean? He played like 5 games last season, so that's his first 5 games. So I can't tell you much about him. But he looks like a good, decent talent, and I think the team that gets him, if they can develop him nicely, he might turn out to be something good. That's all I can say.
Guys, for people watching, make sure you like the vid, like the vid, and subscribe if you're new. It's been a very, very good stream, so I really appreciate it. Let's just move on to Group F. Obviously, is
You
Yasser
miss
still
Damien.
here?
Wait, hold on. You want to say
United
Damien?
could actually destroy this group.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa,
Damien.
let
Oh,
Damien speak.
sorry, Damien. Yes, Damien. Sorry, thoughts on Barcelona. Sorry, before I move on.
Oh yeah. I mean, my reaction to this group. I mean, like when the draw happened. I mean, it is what it is. I had a feeling we would get Bayern again, if I'm being real.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty content with this group. I mean, I think Bayern would be a good test. I think Benfica would be pretty all right, especially away from home. I don't think the match will be as what happened last time, the 8-2. I do think that Bayern regressed, if I'm being honest. They don't give they to me they don't give me that same fear factor as they had under Flick. I think Nagelsmann is still trying to find a system in this team, because I've been watching Bayern Munich and like in the Bundesliga, and I haven't really been impressed with them. I thought defensively they haven't been that great. Hey, relax, bro. I'm just tired. I'm just tired right now. It's just
okay.
it's been a long day, but
You got love. You got love in the chat, Dame, from the Red Devil Studio community. You've got love. That's what I'm saying. You got love. Go on.
Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it'll be like the same as last time, but I mean, all I want is just for us to like at least be in the match. Like if like I want us to like lose. If we're gonna lose, at least lose like 3-1 or something. Like I think that's respectable. But yeah, I think we'll get out this group with relative ease. And whoever we get in around the 16, I don't think we'll top the group, but yeah, whoever we'll get, I don't know. It'll probably be an English team, to be honest.
Thanks, bro. Guys, I've got a special guest, Roy from Rossoneri TV, an up-and-coming, I argue one of the best, if not the best, AC Milan fan channel on YouTube. So head over to Rossoneri TV and subscribe to these guys. Absolute legend. Roy, bro, how are you doing? Thank you.
What's up, my man? Thanks for the intro, bro. Thank you. How you doing? Good.
I'm doing good. I mean, Ronaldo to United, Champions League draw. I mean, what more can I want? What more can I want, bro?
It's Christmas for you guys, huh?
Loving life, bro. And you joined us at the right time, because we're talking about Champions League. In fact, I'll scroll back up. Group B. We obviously got quite a few Liverpool fans in here, but as a Milan fan, what are your thoughts on your group? How you think Milan are gonna do, and what have you?
Okay. By the way, welcome back, though. Welcome back to the Champions League. I'm actually grateful that Milan is back. It's a very nostalgic, amazing, fantastic football club. But go on.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's exciting to be back finally. 7 years, it's too long. Way too long. But no, I mean, it's a tough group. It's probably maybe the most balanced group. All four teams could go through. On paper, Atletico, Liverpool are probably the two teams that should go through. But now Milan has got a very young team. A lot of inexperienced players, a lot of players that are coming out of the under 21s, pretty much. So that is definitely not in our favor. But like we're up for it, man. We want to go in there and we're gonna fight for it. Like I know, like the spirit of the club couldn't wait for this moment. It's literally been almost a decade. We're 3 years more, it would have been a decade, and that's unacceptable for a club of Milan's history. But we no fear of anybody. We're gonna go in there and I think the team is gonna fight for it. There's nothing to lose, because there's no teams here that you're say, well, we should definitely beat that team, right? And so I think Milan is going to approach it with absolutely nothing to lose, and we're going to try and win every game. And if they can, great. If they can't, it's going to be great experience. I mean, what better for our players, for our youngsters, to play against Porto twice, Liverpool twice, and Atletico Madrid twice. These are players with no international, no European Champions League experience. How better could it be for them to gain that experience with these three big clubs? So for me, it's very exciting. Very exciting. Yeah. And I think we can do it, I think we can do it. There's nothing wrong with, like Paolo Maldini says, there's nothing wrong with dreaming and believing. So.
No, bro, absolutely. And I think, and definitely, I said this is going to be a group to watch because, Porto, people forget Porto went to the quarterfinals of the CL last season. They're not a team to be. They're not an easy dead team. Atletico, we know, obviously. Liverpool and Milan have got a point to prove. So I think a lot of people saying Group A is a group of death. I think Group B is a group of death personally, in terms of the difficulty difference between the teams.
I would agree with that.
Whereas Group A would be really, I still expect City and PSG to go through, especially now. Like, if Nagelsmann was at Leipzig, I could make a case, but the fact that he's not at Leipzig anymore, I'm not 100% sure. So that it might be a bit too much for them.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I can't stay for long. I did come by because I saw that you have an open line session today, and I wanted to ask you guys. First of all, wow, Cristiano Ronaldo, damn. So who are you giving away?
Who's leaving the club, bro? Well, I mean, if you want Dallo, apparently we're wanting to offload Dallo to an Italian club. So are you interested?
How about Cavani?
No. I have a perfect player for you guys. Absolutely fantastic. One of the best in his position. Phil Jones. Phil Jones. But he's fantastic. Phil Jones.
I don't know.
He wears a number 4 shirt for us.
He wears a number 4?
Yeah, he does.
But I think you guys should actually you should send Martial to Italy. I think he'll actually do all that.
Martial. I'll take Martial.
That wouldn't be a bad Martial loan deal to AC Milan or into Juve. Would actually be, I think, wouldn't be a bad would be a good move.
Actually, a really good shot because he's not going to see the pitch anymore.
Easy. Martial. No. I'm a proud member of Martial FC, guys. So.
Would you
a dying organization? Yes.
Would you take Martial at AC Milan, Roy?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, right now we have. We got we wanted 3 strikers. We had Ibra, we got Giroud, and then the third one is a youngster. He's Pellegrini, this Italian guy, 20-year-old, came from Monaco. But Martial would be amazing to have Martial. I mean, Martial is his class. He's a good player. He's got a lot of magic tricks in his basket.
How do you feel about Rafael Leao? Because I've seen him play a couple of times, and I don't know how good he can be at Milan.
I think Rafael Leao, unfortunately, last season he was forced to play in the center as a center forward because Ibrahimovic got injured a lot, and we had Mandzukic as the vice Ibra, and he got even more injured than Ibra. So Rafael Leao, if you put him on the left, devastating, absolutely devastating player. Really good player.
He's more of an inside forward, right? Rather than a striker.
No, yeah. You either use him as an inside forward or on the left, and then he's really good. But put him up front as the target man, a disaster, absolute disaster. But yeah, he's great. I hope he does well this season. I think this is his last chance this season.
So,
Red Div, are we talking about Group F? Because I'm not.
Yeah, so I was going to quickly.
Hey, hold on. Before I move on, I just want to ask you a question. one question, and then I'm gone.
Go on, man.
Where is Ronaldo going to play in Manchester United?
Ooh, so let me bring up the I think you missed where we did the predicted formation.
Yeah.
Let me, there we go. I'll just show it. So that's what I think the panel and myself, we all came up with as to how we think Oli would set up with Ronaldo in the squad. If you can see that, Roy.
Yes, I love it. Give us Cavani. We'll take Cavani. I love it.
Is Rashford not on the team because of injury, or
Rashford's not there.
But Red Devil, when he's back, then
he's playing.
If he's back, then you put Sancho on the right and
Greenwood touch bench. Okay, that's fine.
And Greenwood
unless Greenwood finds form, in my opinion. Like if Greenwood continues what he's doing,
no offense.
Imagine a front three of Ronaldo, Rashford, and then you have Sancho. Unbelievable. I'm lost for words.
Mid.
Okay, try.
Hey, Red Devil. On a serious
That's a good-looking team, though, guys.
On a serious note, I really hope the emergence of Ronaldo helps Rashford in order to be less selfish. In order for him to not take too much responsibility to feel like he needs to score every time.
It's like I remember when Zlatan, when Zlatan played for Manchester United, like you saw there was an element of like respect. So you saw Martial and Rashford, you saw them almost, I won't say defer, but they didn't ignore him. They considered they were trying to create things for him, So I think Ronaldo, because of the nature of it, will command that respect. Like, you have to pass me the ball. Like, Rashford can't just dribble by himself and do nothing. You have to pass me the ball. You have to find me because I'm Ronaldo. And I think that will improve the likes of Rashford, maybe even a Daniel James' game, when you're not just thinking, right, I'm going to dribble to the left and see what happens. And so I'm like, I need to look and see where Ronaldo is as well. So I agree that might be a positive thing.
I have one last question. So what are your guys' now that the team looks really good. So what do you guys think about the Champions League? Are you contenders?
Favorites.
Favorites.
No, Liverpool are favorites. United aren't favorites. No, I mean, I said, and I've said this a few times on the stream, that that the impact of the quarantine COVID situation regarding the World Cup qualifiers, injuries, and then some might play a significant role this season. I'm hesitant to say that United are favourites for a CL, even a Premier League, until I really appreciate the impact that is going to have on this squad, because players like Fred, Cavani, Baye, and so on, obviously will be out of the squad potentially because of their countries and red list countries. Although some other teams might be affected more than others, like Liverpool, who might lose Alisson, Fabinho, and Firmino. So. But all things being equal, then yes, I think that certainly from the Premier League, I would still put a PSG team, especially if they keep Mbappe, ahead of United as favourites for the CL. Bayern Munich with Nagelsmann, I'd still put ahead of them, and probably even Chelsea for the Champions League, not the Premier League, but for the Champions League.
Time out. Red.
So what's the point of getting Ronaldo then?
So I've said, and people can click this, I've said several times that United need a defensive midfielder. That for me is their most important. If we had a proper holding midfielder, Ronaldo is a great goal scorer, and I love him, and I'm going to see him back, and he will score tons of goals. But at the same time, we were still scoring a lot of goals without Ronaldo. We had the second highest goal tally last season in the league. But we had problems in that DM and that centre-back position. And we've clarified that by signing Varane.
Oh, my God. If you guys get Kessie, dude, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to stay away from Kessie.
Stay away.
Right?
No, but didn't Frank Kessie say that he wants to retire at Milan? That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Lukaku said he wanted to stay, man. Lukaku said he wanted to stay, man, and he left, man. So players
words are cheap.
That's true. True. Right, guys, I'm going to have to round up in a second. Just need to finish off the
all right. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, G. I'll see you next time, man.
Look, Rosnau, make a shout out to your channel, bro. Like just a bit about your AC Milan and what your Rosnau TV channel, what you guys do. Shout out to it, bro.
Thank you, my man. Hey, thank you to everybody else. Thanks. Later.
Take care, man. See ya. Right. Okay. Last 5 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna quickly get the. I think this is it, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So, quick on Group F. Everyone seems to say that it should be United should top this group. So who's going to be second then?
Atalanta.
United.
Who? What was that?
United. United's finishing second.
Oh, so who's topping the group then for you?
Who's topping the group then?
Atalanta.
Okay.
I don't think Atalanta's that good, guys. You know, I feel like I was thinking about it when we got Atlanta. I was kind of like, damn, Atlanta, blah blah. But I mean, they lost Papa Gomez. They who else did they lose? They lost the Romero, their center back. They play a very weird formation where their defense split, and it's kind of open. So you have like a lot of the games are like 3-3, 4-4. You know, it's been.
Yeah, I feel like Atalanta are very open. They will almost play into hands, given that we like space, got into space. I think it will be very gone.
I mean, with the players we have, like the Maguire, Varane, and we just have. I feel like they just won't score a lot of goals against Man United. So I don't see Atalanta doing well. I mean, it's gonna be, in my opinion, I think we're gonna top the group, but it's just down to Atalanta and Villarreal, and I think Atalanta might come out, and Villarreal might go to Europa League because Unai Emery loves Europa League. So,
what about the rivalry between Man United and Villarreal?
Yeah.
Hey, relax.
Hey, Villarreal scrappy, man. Villarreal scrappy, man. So
what have they scrapped us? We drew 1-1 and they beat us on penalties.
Yeah, they scrapped. Even the Super Cup, they played very well. Like they didn't give up. They played full 120, man. You know what I mean? They scrappers, man. But I think United will smoke this group.
Yeah,
onto the knockout stages, man. I'm not even saying that for us. Like that's just honest. Yeah.
What about Group G,
like
guys? Sorry, go on. Yes, you finish your point.
No. All I was just saying is like, I mean, before signing Ronaldo, I was worried because this is Man United, anything can happen. But not signing Ronaldo, we're just gonna guarantee goals. So I'm not worried, man.
Group G, guys, which is another thing in Group. Ben, I've been for a while. Ben, thoughts on Group G: Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg, and Wolfsburg.
No offense to the teams in this group. Like they're all good clubs, but it's the Europa League looking group of the Champions League this year, isn't
it? Thank you. Someone said it.
It is
but I'm not saying the bad clubs, but if you looked at that group and you said you were told it's Europa League, you wouldn't go what? Like you'd think, oh yeah, that's Europa League. Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah. I mean, obviously Sevilla is the one that sort of jumps out there because they obviously are a really a good club in Spain and in Europe. So, but yeah, it's very Europa League, should I say?
So who do you think the top two that will quote? You say Sevilla. Who do you think is going to come second?
Sevilla. So yeah, it's difficult because I don't really know much about the other clubs, but you probably say Lille because obviously they won Liga last season.
But their manager's gone to Nice. That was big blow.
That would be against them, but I can't. Well, I mean, maybe Wolfsburg, but I can't see Salzburg.
Hey, Ben, man, Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi, man, that's my boy.
Yeah,
he's gonna do something in Salzburg, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're a bad club.
Personally,
I feel you, man. I feel you.
But
guys, I'm gonna head out. Have a good one, guys. All right,
take it easy, man. Take it.
But yeah, you just get the feeling that sort of Sevilla or Lille or Wolfsburg will have just a little bit extra than them. But like you say, Lille have lost the manager, so maybe it's Sevilla and Wolfsburg. I'll go with those two. But yeah, I don't really know much about the group to be fair. But yeah.
Let's round off with Group H then, guys. MK obviously is a Chelsea fan.
Yes,
And
sir.
Ben, I
Yes,
guess
boss.
your City is Chelsea as well. Like, do Chelsea boss this group basically? Because I mean, Juventus is not where they are. You've got, I mean, personally, I think that this was rigged by Big Bram because he had Essien and Branislav, pretty much his dons, his right hand man henchmen, bringing in these banter teams. But putting that aside. Like let's be real, like Branislav and Essien, like with the
leave my legends alone, man. Leave my legends alone.
saying, So, but I mean, Chelsea topped this group, don't they? I mean, this is a foregone conclusion, right?
I say champions of Europe, you should be topping this group. That's the bottom line. But it's not a group where it's not a group.
Fraud, man. CFC
it's not
time.
Red Devil. Let's be honest. It's not a group where I think we have to be on our game. Very easily, a Juve game could be a draw. I'm not saying we're not going to qualify. We're going to qualify. It's comfortable qualification. But in terms of topping the group, even Zenit are a team where they've been in the CL for a while. They're always in the CL group stage. So it's these games you have to be on the top of your game. So I think the players will know that. I think Chelsea will top the group, and then it's going to be Chelsea Juve basically, in my opinion.
Does anyone have any disagreements with that?
Yeah, I can see Juve top in this group. Like, shout out RB Comps. Like, Juve, I honestly feel like Allegri's cooking, man. Allegri's cooking. He's got something special waiting for Chelsea in September.
Okay. I assume no one thinks that Zenit or Malmo have like a shot. Was it?
No chance.
Juve might be getting Zard, Red Devil. Is this?
Oh no, man!
What's going on?
If Fabrizio even tweets something like that, I'm deleting my Twitter, man.
Let me. Is Fabrizio, because this has been people been bringing it up, and I'm not sure where this is coming from.
I'm praying it's not true.
Wait, why don't you want it to happen?
Because I don't want him to go to a club like Juve, Chris. It's not. They're not serious, man. They're not serious. No.
I don't see anything around.
They have history
so far.
What history, man? Nah, man. Nah.
What do you mean, what history? They have larger history.
No, but like, think about it.
It's about now. Respectfully, it's about now. Respectfully, it's about now, man. It's about now.
Okay.
Respectfully, it's about now.
Think about it. Think about it. Juve have failed in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's okay.
Doesn't show up in the Champions League.
The sources from Marca are not that. I mean, they're not that reliable. To be perfectly honest. But I guess we'll see. I mean, they also said Juventus are considering after following rounds as number one priority. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. But I wouldn't necessarily 100% trust Marca. But sorry, just to round up, anyone else any thoughts on Group H?
No, really, it's pretty straightforward as it is. Actually, the way it's set up right now should be the exact rankings.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I actually agree with that. I agree.
What I will say though, Red Devil is that Liverpool group, man. People are sleeping on Porto. That's what I have to say, man. People are sleeping on Porto.
I said that as well. Like this, for me, Group B is the proper group of death.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, you won't be surprised if a Porto does beat an Atletico or Liverpool. Like it will still be an upset, but it won't be a surprise, and that's just how more balanced I think this group is compared to other groups in this league.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Nah. I'm not. I'm not just sleeping. I'm snoring on Porto. Everyone knows.
They beat Mr. Champions, man. What are you talking about, Chris?
Oh, bro, they can beat. Bro, Mr. Champions League's washed. Why do you think he's at United?
Right.
Man,
with that, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everyone on the panel for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. It's been a really, really good stream.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
No worries,
guys. No worries, guys. I think I'm noticing that this Friday night time around this it seems to be quite a good time. So I'll try and kind of stream. We'll probably do a lot of more Champions League, like European League kind of discussions around this time, around about like 9:30 for future reference. Thanks everyone so much for watching, getting involved in the comments as well. Really, really appreciate it, everyone getting involved. Have a nice day, everyone. Peace
You
out.
too, Red Devil. Keep enjoying this for the rest of the night.
I will.